Hello, Leotata Floyd families. This is Mrs. Blanton, your principal, and I wanted to share with you some important information as we transition and return to in-person learning. We sincerely thank you for your patience during this time as we prepare our campus and our staff for return to in-person learning. During this video, I will share health and safety measures that we have put in place on campus, scheduling information, and a brief information about extended day. First, I'd like to share that many of the resources and details I'm going to tell you about today can be also found on our school district's website. Learning at SCUSD, Return to Health, and a reopening dashboard are all available on scusd.edu's webpage. Your child and our staff safety are the most important things as we transition back to in-person learning. You will see that we will be doing screening, we will maintain physical distancing, everybody will be required to wear face coverings, and we will practice hand hygiene. All staff and students are required to wear face coverings. Face coverings will be provided for those who need it. We will be taking mask breaks and face coverings may be removed while eating or drinking while maintaining physical distancing. Before entering campus, all staff, students, and visitors are required to do a health screening. Temperature checks are going to be taken upon entry. We are encouraging families to do a quick health screen at home prior to bringing children to school. We will be practicing physical distancing while at school. A 6-foot minimum is required between people. Signage reminding of the 6-foot requirement will be posted all over campus. We will practice hand hygiene while at school. Although water fountains will be closed, we will have sanitization stations and sinks available for students to wash their hands or use hand sanitizer. Our school and all other schools in our district have been assessed by a third party before reopening to ensure that we have correct signage, directional flow for students and people, plexiglass barriers where needed, and practice regular disinfection. Based on CDC recommendations, our school will have appropriate airflow and ventilation. All of our classrooms will have HEPA units and MERV 13, which is the highest rated filters in our air systems. There will be a continuous flow of air and windows and doors will be open as available. If a student at school presents COVID-like symptoms, we have a very detailed process. First, that student will be taken to the care room and a health screening will happen. Parents or guardians will be notified that their child must be picked up from school. Please make sure we have your current emergency contacts in our system. If a positive COVID case does happen and your cohort has been exposed, all families will be notified. Students and staff would quarantine for 10 days and participate in distance learning. Our school is lucky to have a full-time nurse. Our nurse can administer COVID-19 assessments. We will also offer voluntary and self-administered, regularly scheduled COVID-19 testing. More details about this will be coming out later. By now, parents have made their choice of whether their child will remain in distance learning for the rest of the year or return to school for in-person concurrent learning 2 days each week. As a reminder, students who return to school will be in small cohorts, no more than 50% of the size of a normal class. Every student will be distance learning on Monday. Then, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Cohort A will come to school. Cohort B will come to school on Thursdays and Fridays. Our instructional model is what you call a concurrent learning model. In this model, both students who are at school in person and students who are distance learning or are in a different cohort will be learning remotely through Zoom. Your child's schedule will likely be very similar to the way it is right now. Class will begin for all students at 9, whether distance learning or in person. Students who are in-person learning on that day will arrive at campus at 8:50. Please do not arrive much earlier, as students will be headed directly to class following the health screening. A 10-minute break during the middle of the day will take place for each class, followed by dismissal at noon. At this point, those students enrolled in expanded learning will remain on campus with lunch provided, and those students leaving campus for the day will be provided a grab-and-go meal as they leave campus. More details about what the afternoon schedule will look like will come from your child's teacher. To reiterate, all students will be distance learning on Mondays. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, students in Cohort A will come to school while the rest of the class is distance learning through Zoom. Then, on Thursdays and Fridays, Cohort B will come to campus while the rest of the class is distance learning. You should receive an email on March 29th notifying you of your child's cohort. If your child is returning to campus for in-person learning, their start date will be based on their cohort. Kinder through 3rd return dates are either April 8th or April 13th, while 4th through 6th grade return dates are either April 15th or 20th based on cohort. During distance learning and while at school, we will still need laptops for students to participate with. Kinder through 3rd grade students will leave their laptops at home when they come to school. However, 4th through 6th grade students will need to bring a charged device to school each day with them. Our school will still continue to provide free meals to all students. More details about how this will work will be coming shortly. Roberts Family Development Center will offer an expanded learning program. This program will be 3.5 hours following the regular school day, from 12 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. If you would like to enroll your child in after-school expanded learning program, please look for a link in the next few days. I know this is a ton of information that you just received, and you probably have a lot of questions still lingering. If you would like, you may email me directly at michelle-blanton@scusd.edu, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions even during spring break. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we look forward to a great return to learn in the next few weeks. See you soon.